1. Empowerment. Building strength and endurance empowers you to take control. Maintaining peak physical fitness is crucial to face the challenges that come with fighting crime in Gotham City. Your body is your most powerful tool, and it's essential to take care of it. Let me share some reasons why working out and going to the gym can be truly inspiring. 1. Empowerment. Building strength and endurance empowers you to take control of your life. Just as I trained relentlessly to become the Dark Knight, you too can harness the power of discipline and determination to overcome obstacles. 2. Health and well-being. Regular exercise is vital for maintaining good health and preventing illness. I've seen firsthand how maintaining peak physical fitness helps me endure long nights patrolling the streets of Gotham and facing off against my enemies. 3. Mental resilience. Exercise not only strengthens your body, but it also sharpens your mind. The discipline and focus required to push through a tough workout help develop mental resilience, something I rely on when I'm facing adversaries like the Joker or Bane. 4. Confidence. As you progress in your fitness journey and see tangible results, your self-confidence will grow. When I don the cape and cowl, I know that my training has prepared me for whatever challenges I may face, and that confidence is invaluable. 5. A sense of accomplishment. Setting and achieving fitness goals is incredibly rewarding. Every time I learn a new skill or master a technique, I know I'm becoming a better protector for Gotham City. You too can experience that sense of achievement as you reach your own fitness milestones. Remember, you have the power within you to create the change you desire. Channel the same determination and perseverance that drives me as Batman, and you'll find the motivation to not only hit the gym, but also excel in all aspects of life.
Spartan, heed my words. I have faced many battles, some that even shook the very core of my being. But never have I seen a warrior as brave as you, facing anxiety and depression head-on. Your strength in the face of such a foe is admirable, and it fills my heart with pride. Know this, warrior, that no matter how dark the night may seem, there will always be a light that shines through the darkness. And that light, my friend, is you. You have the power to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. You are the hero of your own story, and I have no doubt that you will emerge victorious. You have faced your fears with courage and tenacity, and that is something that I hold in high regard. You have shown that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can shine brighter than any star in the night sky. You have my utmost respect, warrior, and remember, even in the midst of the most chaotic battles, I will always be there to have your back. No matter the distance or the odds stacked against us, I will always be your faithful companion. We Spartans stand together, and I will stand with you through all the trials and tribulations that lie ahead. So hold your head high, warrior, and know that you are loved and appreciated. You are a beacon of hope to those around you, and you are making a difference in this world. The galaxy needs more heroes like you, and I am honored to fight alongside you.
Yeah, the music's insane. Oh, I just realized what kind of shirt you're wearing.
Who is it?
That's the guy from One Piece with the hat.
Starts with the L.
Luffy.
It's called handling of rocks, dipshit.
Actually, this is garbage take. This is garbage take. This is garbage take. You're talking about the wrong one. Yeah, go sit in that smog infested bathroom. So, real quick. First off, welcome to the stream. Law? I don't care. Don't care.
You just entered New World. You haven't picked up, right?
No, man.
Oh, so maybe you haven't met him yet.
You meet him before, yeah. You meet him.
Oh, then you're a fucking idiot. Then congratulations.
But I don't care enough about the character yet. I haven't really known the character. Whatever. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We're talking about Spiderman across the spiderverse. I am your host, Pietro. Next to me here is the Sinister Sheep, the JJ, the Jack, the John.
Holy shit! Wait, why do I look like I have muscles in this position? I kind of look like
ripped. No, don't move the mic. Damn it. Keep it there. I'm ripped as fuck. Look at
No,
me.
like,
Look at
I want
yours.
to I wanted to see, like, look at that. You still look ripped with
My
the thing
forearms
down.
look fucking great, dude. It's because I'm covering my badass fucking stomach.
Yeah, I don't get that privilege, but my shirt covers
I
it up.
finally look better than you in a stream. All the other streams, you look like you had like the slick hair back and everything like that. You look way better.
Are you trying
I
to say
wear
that
like a white tee and I look like a fucking gargoyle. But now, finally, I look better than you.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should just wear like better clothes.
This is peak clothing. Markeith bought me this. I'll have you know.
Did he?
Yeah,
Well,
for
that's nice.
Christmas.
What, did your boyfriend buy you that? Spider-Man reference. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Spooderman, but I actually wanted to bring something up. We live in Connecticut, and it is hazy as fuck. If you live anywhere in the Northeast, it's fucking hazy as shit.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and she was like, where the fuck do you think the haze is coming from? And I was like, the haze is coming from Canada.
Yeah,
because Canada has a bunch of wildfires going on. And she's like, we're nowhere near Canada, you fucking idiot. And to be fair, she's not wrong. But at the same time, she doesn't understand how smoke travels.
I heard, so one of my coworkers is from Bridgeport, and he said like that it smelled like laundry outside of it. You know, like when you leave your laundry in the washing machine for too long, it emits that.
I had that smell when I got out of my car today.
Yeah,
I
haven't smelled it at all, but him and I guess you have both.
I only smelled it today, today. But outside of that, yeah, we're going to talk about a little
forest fires.
We're going to talk about
forest fires,
a real forest fire that's been blazing up the movie industry right now as we speak. Spider-Man, Across Spiderverse. So we actually talked about Spooderman already on our channel. So if you haven't already seen it, you should definitely go check out. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Give me 1 second.
The Philip Phillips cover that we did for the Amazing Spider-Man movie trailer.
We did a Spooderman tier list. So I definitely recommend you go watch this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our most viewed live stream, which is cool. So definitely.
And it's a definitive ranking. Again, Marvel.
Yeah, we were called by Kevin Fugi.
Yeah.
And
Fugi-san.
And yeah, Fugi-san is who we call him. You guys don't get to call him that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we drew in that, and we're gonna talk about Spooderverse. And it's going to be fun, and it's going to be great, because guess what? Me and JJ, shocking revelation from two white men on the internet. We liked it.
I fucking hate this movie. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, our description would tell you otherwise. I don't know if you read the description, JJ.
No, I didn't.
I'll read it to you out loud, so that way everybody knows.
Story time, everyone.
All right. We hate this movie so much. It is so bad, guys. We are such contrarians because forget about popular opinions.
I like that description. I like how our descriptions are all memes or ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's like the only two things. Like either I go on ChatGPT or
the description doesn't describe the video at all.
The video whatsoever. And it's fantastic. So, sorry, I might yawn because... Yeah!
What about it?
God, I was trying to tell my girlfriend we went to see the movie for the first time that this was the guy from Scott Pilgrim, yeah. And I couldn't get it out of her out of my voice because the movie was actually playing and she asked me to be quiet.
As well, you should.
So
during a masterpiece like this,
I mean, me and her talked a lot during the movie.
See, I'm like, when I first see a movie, I'm like, shut the fuck up. But like, afterwards, I'm like, okay, word.
But we also agreed that like
if it's a movie I don't care about, I'll like whisper jokes every once in a while. But like, if it's a movie I'm invested in, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
The thing is though, like me and my girlfriend were also like, we got to a point where we were just so invested in watching the movie that we like, there was a point in the movie where I started smiling. That's how much I liked it. It
Yeah.
was so fun. There were many moments where like I literally like looked like a child, like sitting like this,
Yeah.
like mouth open, agape, watching
Mhm.
and enjoying every aspect. We'll start off real quick with like just a
No
spoiler free.
spoilers. Yeah.
Spider-Verse,
Has a lot of
Spider-Man,
spiders and Spider-Man too.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is, if we were to go back and re-rank our movies, I would actually, until we see the second one, the third one that's going to come out, really,
Mhm.
I would put this like top of A tier because
That
it's
makes sense,
not like it's great. It's not complete yet, but there's also other aspects of the movie that I will dive into when we go into the spoiler section that might make this more of a complete story and might change
I think
both of our
I would put it in
perspectives.
spectacular. I think this is really great. And the fact that I'm conflicting between like whether this is better or equal to Spider Verse just goes to say how good this fucking movie is. At least in my eyes. Um, and I don't necessarily agree. Like with the people like even in the theater, right? For the people first time watching this movie, how it ends and people went, ah, like I'm like, no, like, did you feel that way toward Endgame or not Endgame? Sorry, Infinity
Infinity
War.
War.
Everyone was like, yo, that was great, that was fantastic, but like now you're just pissed off because you were really invested and
I
like,
think I think for a lot of people, because I'm gonna be honest, like
mhm.
I knew the ending
No,
was coming.
yeah,
Like I felt the
they
ending
pretty much
coming.
Phil Lord and no Miller Lord
Phil Lord and
Phil Lord and
Christopher
Christopher
Miller
Miller
literally
were
right here.
sorry, I
Jay,
can't read. I
dude.
tell people to read. I just lie. I look at the pretty pictures in the comic
I
books.
fucking knew it.
And I make up my own stories as I go along with the pictures.
Fucking knew it.
Anyways, this is the end of the stream. David said like it's gonna end like Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, oh okay, so somber and cliffhanger, got it. Whereas the general public probably didn't know that. But this has been making I think it's the highest grossing weekend in 2023 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna look right now. It says it's gained right now.
It's made more money than its first
Predecessor.
one.
Yeah,
So,
which is awesome.
yeah.
Yes, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse swings to massive. What does that say? What does that say, chat? You can't see that because my dumbass head is in the way. Let's just real quick get rid of my face.
For you.
120 point $120.5 million opening weekend. That's awesome.
Yeah.
More than tripling the debut
Mm-hmm.
of the 2018 original.
Yeah, I mean they did put a lot of promotion in this movie, which was good. Whereas in the first one, they did some promotion, but not to the effect of like how much they promoted this one.
No, and that's the thing. Like it.
And now it's the previous movie is now Oscar nominated, so they definitely have a lot of clout with that.
And you can see here too that it said like the first one opening weekend
mm-hmm.
was only 35.5 million.
Yeah, and we had to wait 5 years for this movie. It's so fucking worth it. So fucking. I wouldn't have it any other delay because it was delayed. I think it was supposed to come out in like
2021, I think.
2021, and they were like, we need more time. I think my theory is because I think they're working on this movie and then the other movie at the same time because the other movie comes out in 9 months. It comes out March, 2024. So they definitely like did like a Superman and Superman 2, if you know that, where they pretty much shot both movies at the same time with around the same budget. Now that they have more money, hopefully they can pour in more resources. If it gets delayed, which it probably will be.
The second one?
Yeah.
Or the third one?
The third one, it'll be worth it. It's fine.
I don't think it'll
more delays means better because that means it gives the animators and stuff a lot more time. They said it took them 3 years to develop the animation for Spider-Punk. It took them 3 years to figure out how to do that, and the way they did it, flawless in every fucking way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all the animation. I think my favorite was the Discover ad. My favorite
it popped up during the climax, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
That's my favorite part. Like you're right when you're about to see Miles dick down to Gwen Stacy. The Discover ad pops up.
You see that meme where she opens up the notebook and instead of just pretty pictures of her, it's just her and just this fat ass bitch.
Yeah. So you were saying that it's the best domestic opening. Mario has it beat.
No, Mario has it. Mario
Has it
will
beat.
have it beat. It made $1 billion fucking.
So, but it did
It's
better.
not
than,
even a fucking.
it did better than Guardians opening weekend.
Yeah.
Guardians opening weekend by only $2 million. So
Yeah.
I guess not that much, but I mean that just goes to show that this one is so.
This just goes to show. I mean, people always say like, "Why doesn't Sony just sell the rights to Marvel for Spider-Man?" I'm like, because then we don't get shit like this. We would never get shit like this ever.
Well, I also don't think we would have gotten this shit with Sony if it hadn't been for the animators practically begging
Right.
Sony to make this.
Yeah.
Like Sony was like, "We'll give you your little stupid fucking Spider-Man.
You gay little Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, if you make this beautiful masterpiece,
Yeah.
the Emoji Movie." And they did.
And they did. They sucked it up and they were like, fine. Someone said, I'll animate the shit emoji if it means I get to animate Miguel in like 5 years.
Yeah, like that's exactly
Yeah.
it, bro. Like that's exactly it. And it paid off. Like it
Yeah.
so well. This movie is a joy for everyone, all ages.
I mean, if
superhero fans too. Like you don't have to be a Spider-Man fan to like this movie.
No.
I mean, yes, obviously.
That's the strong appeal for these movies too, is you don't need to know any prior knowledge. You can just jump in. I would say still watch the first one, obviously.
Well, no, that's the only like required homework.
Yeah.
Watch the original Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Spider-Verse
asking you to
movie.
watch a masterpiece. Oh, I know how terrible we are.
Yeah, we're such evil people pulling your arm to watch a good movie.
Assholes.
But yeah, so I thought we could talk about. Why don't we jump into spoilers?
Okay. Because it's hard not to talk about this without spoilers. Besides just saying like it's really good, guys.
Well, you can say that like it's very clear. Like if you haven't already, the soundtrack is on Spotify.
Holy shit, the soundtrack is
just
so good.
Just like take a listen, bro. Like I actually thought there was one song, Hummingbird, that I thought was from Joji. I don't know.
No, it's James Blake.
Yeah, but I was like, me and my girlfriend were like, "Is that Joji?" They sound very similar.
I like Hummingbird, and then there's one called Self Love, which is the Gwen Stacy one where she's walking in the streets in the subway stuff. I've been playing on that one on repeat. But the actual soundtrack, I've been playing The Anomaly, which happens when Miles talks to his mom, and there's that revelation, and it hits that musical note, and it's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then the one, which is like an 80s sci-fi epic soundtrack where like, how do I say it?
How do you say it, JJ?
Like without spoiling it. Where a certain group of people are chasing after Miles, and then like it's all rainy and atmospheric, and it's like dun 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 dun. Like it felt kind of like a better Stranger Things soundtrack. It's like dun dun dun, like hard sci-fi beats, and I was just like, oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, that like the soundtrack definitely gave.
I think
off,
that
like,
one is called. I'll look it up. Keep
talking. But the soundtrack is just insane with like the different motifs with like Miguel having like a lot of synth motif.
Yeah.
You've got Gwen
Falling Apart, that's what it's called.
You've got Gwen with her more drum motifs in it, and then you have Miles with his like hip hop motif.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all hip hop, but it's like there's so many different aspects to where like it becomes part of the song changes to like a synth, and then another part of it changes.
One of my least favorite criticisms of people who watched the first movie is like, it's too much licensed music. I'm like, it's because Miles would listen to this type of music, and it's not. There's two very big differences between usage of licensed music. There's the Illumination way, where it's like, I'm walking on sunshine when someone's happy, and like Miles laying down on his bed with his headphones listening to fucking music. There's a big difference between those fucking two things.
Well, I also think like there's a big difference between just taking music and putting it into your movie versus making music for your movie.
Metro Boom created the soundtrack to this one, or like not the whole musical score.
He did the
pop songs. And
stuff
like that,
Dave Callahan is the one who did the soundtrack,
which I saw
for the movie. The instrumentals.
I saw him in Brooklyn. They did a orchestra thing for Spider-Verse where they played the movie and then the orchestra played in the background.
Yeah, that's
And
why
he
I
was
was
there.
like get your opinion on this soundtrack. Like
I think
being
it's fucking
someone
better. It's so
who loves the original.
I don't know if it's just this one has more sci-fi beats to it. That's why I fuck with it a lot more. Although that first one still is very good. Like, but even it's not just the sci-fi beats. It's like when Spider-Punk is introduced, like his music and especially the Indian Spider-Man, like that music, fucking so good.
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw on like TikTok, like the actor for
Pika or
uh
oh,
I'm not gonna bother.
yeah.
Karen Sonny.
Mhm.
He was like, yeah, they asked me in the writer's room to like he was like, they asked me in the writer's room to kind of like ad lib
Yeah.
his whole explanation.
Mhm.
And he's like, who calls it chai tea?
Yeah.
It's just tea. Like I think that's so cool.
I think that's awesome. The joke where he's like, and this is where the British took all our stuff.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
That the movie is
The movie's
everyone
great.
does
The
so
voice
good.
acting's great. Like there's like Haley Steinfeld, she's already a great voice actress. She played Vibe in Arcane. Shamik Moore, really great as like none of these celebrities. Like I was kind of fearful that Oscar Isaac, it was going to be obvious that it was him, but like no, like he plays the voice acting part very well because sometimes when they get celebrities like the Mario movie,
Well,
it's like
isn't
this Jack Black as Bowser?
well, no, Jack Black does a good. Don't
he
knock
does.
Jack Black.
No, he does. But I do hate it when animated movies are like, look, instead of getting real voice actors, we just got a bunch of actors who don't know how to voice act. But Oscar Isaac, he kills it in Miguel O'Hara's.
I didn't realize that
And I didn't
Scarlet
even know
Spider was Andy Samberg.
Yeah, I didn't even know Mahershala Ali was Uncle Aaron.
You didn't know that?
I just learned that, yeah.
For someone who considers the first movie to be S tier, how did you not know that?
Oh, wait. Oh, is it a different... Oh, never mind. We'll get back to it.
No, it's the same voice actor.
No. About another.
Oh,
get
I
back
see
to
what you're talking about.
Yeah. Wait, who did Jack Quaid play as Peter Parker? Which Peter Parker?
I'm guessing it was... I don't want to spoil it yet.
Yeah.
But, well, that is... This is a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, so
let's
don't
jump
look
into it.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the movie now. Full on
Before
spoilers.
I forget, I want to talk about it. So I thought that it wasn't Shamik Moore as that version of Miles.
Oh no, it's a different Miles. So we're
it's
jumping right into the ending, by the way, guys. There are two Miles Moraleses that we have to talk about.
Jack Quaid, I'm not sure about because the Spectacular Spider-Man showed up, which I was like...
Jack Quaid is the Lego. The Lego Spider-Man, I think.
Oh, did you know about...
No, I learned about it afterwards, but go ahead, tell it.
But on Twitter, there was this kid, 14 fucking years old.
Well, explain what happens in the movie first.
Oh, yeah. So, in the movie, I'm trying to think... Oh, the Spot appears in the Lego dimension, and then the Lego Peter Parker calls up Miguel, and he's like, hey, we got a situation. And then Miguel's like, you're our best... You're
our best Spider-Man, Peter.
And I love how it's very much like the Lego movie because Phil Lord and Christopher Miller did the Lego movie. And like how they add the sound effects like with their mouth, like when he goes to respond, he goes,
yeah.
I'm like, I love that. But so the kid, there was a 14-year-old kid who uploaded a Lego Spider-Verse trailer from like the very first Spider-Verse movie. And he just did it all with Legos. And they asked him to come in for this one to help animate for the Lego version of this. A 14-year-old kid already has better credit than we do.
I mean, but I'm going to pull it up right now and I'll show.
Just don't, don't show any of the audio.
I mean, it's whatever.
Oh, this one was the Spider-Verse one, yeah.
So this is what this guy did. Like he did this for the original. But this is like a kid. This is a child.
Or I'm sorry, I fucked that up. It's for the new one, and he's working on the original one now. Movie.
But
like
this is for children.
It's a fucking 14-year-old who made that.
Like he made this,
yeah.
And I think that's so cool that the creators were like, let's get this kid.
And it looks super fucking professional.
It looks so good. They said like, let's get this kid to animate this in the movie, and he does, which is cool, which I love to see. I love that
Yeah.
I just love when they do stuff like that. Like Hollywood just integrates with YouTube and gets people to.
Yeah. Like, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are very communicative with the fan base. I didn't say that word right, but fuck it, we're just gonna
Yeah,
flow
they
with it.
communicate very well with the fan base.
The hypest moments for me, like Stephanie, my girlfriend, who I went to see it with, was like, "Oh my god, look, it's Andrew Garfield! Oh look, it's Tobey Maguire!" I was like, "Yeah, that's nice." The minute I saw
Popsicle Spider-Man.
I didn't notice that until someone, but yeah, literally Popsicle Spider-Man is flowing through. But the video game Spider-Man.
Yeah. My
cool.
girlfriend was like, Peter, you and one other guy in the theater were the only ones who were like, "Oh shit!" like,
yeah,
like when I saw
because the voice actor was at the premiere, and one other voice actor, which I've commented again and again, is my favorite rendition of Peter Parker, my favorite Spider-Man thing ever is Spectacular Spider-Man. That voice actor appeared too, but he was saying on Twitter something like, "I don't think my part got in there," or something. It was pretty insignificant lines, and I was like, "Oh, that's a bummer." He's literally like in there. He's talking to Miles, like, "Miles, we just gotta do." And I'm like, I grabbed my girlfriend's look. I'm like, "That's ridiculous." And I know I'm the only one. I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" They acknowledged it. They acknowledged it.
Yeah, I thought that was really
Drake
cool.
Bell didn't make.
I was kind of hoping, low key.
That annoying.
I was hoping for it. Like, that's not even a joke.
I know you see a pedophile.
You know who else?
In me.
So we'll start off with the appearances of different Spider-Man, just to kind of get that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite,
like Easter eggs or
not Easter egg. What is it called?
$29.99
cameo. My favorite cameo was actually Donald Glover.
Yeah, that was cool
because it comes full circle.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead?
No, you get it.
Okay. So essentially, 2010, they're considering doing a reboot of the Spider-Man story, and as a joke, Donald Glover was wearing a Spider-Man shirt on the first episode of the second season of Community, and everybody was like, "Yo, he'd be a great Peter. He'd be like a great Black Spider-Man." And so he kind of played on the meme, and eventually that led to the creation of Miles.
Brian Michael Bendis was like, "That's a good ass idea. How about I kill Ultimate Peter Parker and replace him with Miles?"
Yeah. So Miles is essentially born from Donald Glover, and then we know that Donald Glover eventually is in the MCU as Uncle Aaron, as the Prowler in Homecoming. He's even shown to be called the Prowler, Prowler in the movie, and then in Spider-Verse he's captured by Spider-Punk.
He gets two kind of scenes.
Yeah, he gets captured by Spider-Punk.
Boo.
Yeah, everyone getting their ass kicked by Miles. But yeah, that was my favorite because of that lore behind it.
Yeah. And
like just the idea,
just fan payoff.
So cool. I feel like
we'll never see him as actual Prowler. Just heads up, never. But it's cool that they acknowledged it.
A lot of people were saying, like, not a lot of people, I should just say me and my girlfriend. We were saying that what makes this movie so much more enjoyable than No Way Home was like it gave you time to go like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, but it didn't hang on it like it does in No Way Home.
Because No Way Home, you're really hanging out, like what you're saying. You're like, oh, I can't wait. When are they coming? Like that's all I was thinking about in the theater. Like, when are they coming? Whereas Across the Spider-Verse, it's telling a legit story, and then you have one section in the movie. It's like, okay, guys, here's the YouTuber clickbait where you get to point out all the Spider-Man, you get all that fan service, and then after that, it's like, okay, now we'll continue on with the actual story. Whereas, like,
I was even saying more like it doesn't give you a beat to be like,
woo!
Whereas,
imagine there was a beat for Spectacular Spider-Man, like, and everyone would be like, except me, I'd be like, yeah, baby!
Because, like, they literally, like, for me, my favorite Spider-Man appearance was Yuri Lorenthal's Spider-Man from the game.
Yeah.
And, like, seeing him appear, him going, oh, you mean me? And like just seeing that, it was like quick. You don't even like. I literally like I knew it was him, but because I heard the voice, but you miss it. You can miss it.
Yeah.
And like even like the Spider-Man popsicle, you don't see.
Yeah.
There's
a Spider-Man baby that's just swinging around. It had like a chibi Spider-Man.
Yeah. There's also like, what is it? Apparently, Metro Booming was that Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was like.
Oh, I guess they can jump out the window or something. Like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I guess you can jump out the window. Yeah. That like I think that's cool that they like reference the artist, but like there's no even like Scarlet Spider, who becomes kind of a more major character at the end of the movie. Like he's not.
Good old Ben Reilly.
He's not that important. He's
my
shown real quick and he's done.
My girlfriend made a big fucking mistake.
What'd she say?
Big fucking mistake. She was like, I don't know who's the Ben Reilly guy, and I'm like,
oh, she.
So in the comics, there's this thing called the Clone Saga, and she's like, no. I'm like, hold on,
I'm kidding. I don't want to know.
I'm like, it's a parody of '90s comics, and then she's like, okay. So he was a clone of Peter. She's like, no, stop.
I don't care. That's what she's saying, right?
Yeah. Basically.
I don't fucking care.
But she let me talk, and then she was like, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She allowed you to speak.
Yeah.
I think another big thing that's obviously
is
referenced
Peter
a lot
with Mayday, baby.
Yeah, here's Peter. Let me see. Was there a picture of Peter?
Yeah, right there.
You can't really see it on the.
He's so fucking perfect.
See if I can find a really good photo of it, but
more.
Here they are.
Spider-Man with baby.
Yeah, I thought this was cool.
More.
Peter with his stuff, and then I actually really, really love what they did with these two.
Yeah.
With Miles, and especially
with,
Gwen.
Gwen.
So why don't we just jump into kind of the story here?
Sure.
The movie doesn't start with Miles. It is 30 minutes of Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
And just kind of like her trauma with the fact that like in her world, everyone thinks she murders her best friend.
Yeah, Peter.
Including her own dad. And so she's like lonely and sad and depressed and like even closes herself off from her friends. And that's where I was kind of going with my first comment, where like I would rank this as an A because it's not a finished product.
Yeah.
Unless you consider this Gwen's movie.
I think they both get equal screen time.
I think they do, but
they
it feels more. It feels like her arc is way more complete.
Yeah, than Miles.
Yeah, and like it ends her arc with like. So what happens is she's depressed and sad at the end because she has no friends or no one to really follow. She latches onto the Spider Society as a way to like get away from her reality, but then she realizes that they're also wrong and not good.
Yeah.
So she kind of develops her own posse. And at the end of the movie, like she has the original group from Into the Spider-Verse and then a couple other characters.
Yeah, a couple extras.
Somebody
Penny Parker with the fucking
mech suit, like what the fuck?
With the jacket with no sleeves.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, yeah.
It's in her mech suit too. I want to see if I can find the picture because I use it for the thumbnail.
And I heard, or I didn't hear, but I saw someone on Twitter complain like, "Why the fuck does she look like she's Shinji from Ava when literally the comic book version is a play on Shinji from Ava?"
Wait, who? Gwen Stacy?
Penny Parker.
Oh, Penny Parker.
The anime.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Like, it's like, why the fuck does it look like an Ava? I'm like, clearly you do not read comic books. But also I love that poster because he's an outsider. He's the only one upside down.
Yeah. So actually, what some people were saying was this is the Spider Society, and then this is Gwen's new society.
I can kind of see that
because these are all the characters that join her at the end of the movie.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man is right fucking there.
Yeah, of course he is. And I also kind of like. It's not in this picture, but there's There's Insomniac Spider-Man here.
Yeah.
And I saw online like people like saying like that Peter like that's what I love. So let's talk about the major conflict.
Yeah.
The major conflict in this movie is that Miles wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man. he was bitten by the wrong spider.
Yep.
The spider that bit him was from a different universe. His universe,
Which
which we all suspected was 42,
Yeah,
isn't
because
42.
yeah. Well, even in the beginning of the film, it says Earth 1610.
Yeah.
That's Miles' Earth, but the spider came from Earth 42 because the Spot brought it over. So
Mhm.
really, Miguel's saying it's all his fault. It's not really.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I
But like Miguel is just like fucking
Miguel's
it's your
racist.
fault.
Miguel's
Yeah, yeah,
racist.
yeah. Well, even he's a commentary, even though like writers and directors, when asked, they were like, "Is he like a commentary on people saying that like Miles is in Spider-Man?" And they're like, "Yes, he's a commentary on that. How people like, well, Miles isn't really like it's always Peter Parker. He's really Spider-Man. Miles is just kind of meh. Like, nope, Miles is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of created like not a paradox, but like what would you call it? Like
I call it a paradox.
all right, we'll call it a paradox.
It's just to keep it
It's
simple.
him being Spider-Man creates a paradox.
Yeah.
Because he's not supposed to.
Mhm.
And he leaves a universe without a Spider-Man technically.
Yeah.
Because this spider goes into his universe.
And we see that universe at the very end.
Yeah.
And we see the opposite version of Miles as the Prowler, which I love. We'll get into that, but like real quick on the Gwen Stacy stuff. My favorite parts of those movies is her having a conversation with her dad because the backgrounds keep changing.
That goes
And,
on
like
to
the
like
watercolor and stuff like that. I mean, like it's so cinema.
Haley Seinfeld has said that the directors were like saying to her, the writers were saying to her, like, think of a mood ring when you think of your universe, and you see that throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
Whenever there's
and the art style,
every emotion is just
the art style
blown
is
away.
based on the 2015 Spider-Gwen series, like
Oh, cool.
the covers and stuff like that. Like it's very pink and white. Like the art doesn't really match the cover.
Mhm.
But it matches with that. And I just love the scene with her going through the subway station and she's like walking through. And there's a lot more visual metaphors in this one than
yeah.
the
The
first
first one.
Spider-Verse. Like she's walking through in her band clothes, then her civilian clothes, then in her Spider-Gwen outfit. And then just seeing Miles in the reflection and stuff like that. Like it's just like cinema.
Yeah, they do a rich.
And even there's
good
one
job with
point
Gwen.
where Gwen and her dad, he's got like the gun pointed down, and she's like, "Are you so scared to talk to me?" And he's literally covered in shadow, and it looks like a beautiful art piece. And I'm like, and like when she's like, "Are you that scared of me?" In the background, it's her Spider-Gwen eyes in the background, being like,
Yeah.
"This is who I really am." Like. So good.
They do such a good job with Gwen, and they fulfill her arc by, like I was saying, like
Yeah.
she learns that like she doesn't need like, well, she needs people, but it's not necessarily that they need to go
She's
to
just
her.
feeling lonely.
She
and
needs to find those people.
Yeah, she's desperately trying to find her people. Miles and Gwen are both facing the same problem. Like Miles has a supportive family and stuff, but like he feels alone with the spider powers thing. Whereas Gwen, she's isolated for her father, and even with her bandmates, she feels isolated from them. So they're both
because they don't understand the problem.
Yeah,
they don't understand any of her issues.
Yeah, but
and
her world is awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
So the Spider Society,
Mhm.
the whole big issue with this movie is that Miles wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Miles says,
and I love the fact,
fuck you.
Yeah. I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So good. That's why I watched Cosmonaut's review, and he's like, I didn't really get a What's Up Danger moment. I'm like, that was my What's Up Danger moment. I'm like, bullshit. He's like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. Because it's also, as a Spider-Man fan myself, it's constantly having to be like, yes, Miles is Spider-Man. People are like, no, it's the Miles Morales movie, not the Spider-Man. I'm like, no, man, it's Spider-Man. He's actually Spider-Man.
I think this movie makes Miles so much cooler. Like the first one, obviously, he's not cool. He's learning to be Spider-Man.
Full of Riz.
Dude, oh my God, this dude's a fucking dog, bro. This dude's a fucking dog.
When he's going up the stairs and he's like changing into his civilian clothes and grabbing the cake, I'm like, yo. And then when he's going down those stairs and he goes to pull up the zipper and someone takes a picture and he's just like,
yeah. Dude, he's so funny. He's so charismatic in this one. Because like the first one, he's obviously like nervous and scared about this new power, and he doesn't know because the people that are trying to train him are just like, you're not ready.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is my fucking
But now
universe.
he's confident and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like,
he's had a year to develop.
I even
his
love the
power.
little touches with like how they swing. Like when him and Gwen are swinging, he's just like letting the air just like flow through. Like he doesn't like whip, you know,
Yeah.
it's just like whip and then just hangs in the air for a little bit and then just whips again. And like, hey, I'm like, the the African American swagger of a teenager.
Yeah, dude, that shit's
IGN reference.
It made me want to get like the way he acts in this movie, the way like even just like his powers, and then how he's able to completely outsmart an entire like every Spider-Man
like Miguel
created.
being like, this is your fucking plan to run away, and he's like, all the Spider-Men are out of the base, and Miguel's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, it just goes to show that like Miles is so fucking cool and genuine, probably in this universe at the very least, the strongest Spider-Man, because he's not Spider-Man, you know. He's redefining what it means to be Spider-Man, because what do we all know Spider-Man to be? With great power comes great responsibility. Why does Peter learn
dead
this?
uncle.
You got your dead uncle. You've either got you got your dead uncle, your dead girlfriend, your dead captain.
It's the Disney thing. Everyone needs to be a fucking orphan.
Yeah, it's every Spider-Man is only Spider-Man because of the trauma.
Yeah,
and you see that in the first movie. Like everybody in that first movie is like, and it's funny coming from fucking Spider-Ham.
Yeah,
like it's like sometimes you can't save them all, Peter, Miles. And
people on Twitter being like, "What happened to Spider-Ham,
dude?" So for Miles to kind of just be like, so what happens is all the characters are telling him everything needs to happen. In this specific order.
They call it the canon, which I really appreciated, because us nerds were always like, "It's not canon. It's not canon." You know, like what you're saying is, you know, it has to be in the canon. Like Miguel's a nerd. Miguel's like a nerd logic.
Is the annoying nerd.
Well, Miles wasn't canon. He was in the Ultimate Universe, but now all of a sudden he's canon. Yeah, okay, bud.
Yeah, whatever. You're not supposed to really.
It doesn't matter if it's not a canon.
Yeah, and so Miles that's why, like in this image, he's upside down.
Yeah.
He is in Spider-Man, and B
is an anomaly.
Is going to redefine what Spider-Man means, hopefully, and beyond the Spider-Verse.
I've always wanted, like, even before this movie, I was like, so there's like no other alternative Mileses whatsoever. I'm like, that's kind of weird, because there's not a lot even in the comic books. I'm like, I figure they make up one or something like that, but eventually they do, but not in the traditional way. Which I love that reveal. All the reveals I legitimately did not see coming. I was like, well, besides the last reveal, but like only when it was like really apparent and not spelled out. But what else is there?
So
I like the whole beginning. Like, these movies are really fucking well paced. We have the Gwen Stacy, basically
half an hour fucking
short film in the beginning, and then we have Miles, regular life. Gwen comes in and he's like, "Hey, haven't seen you in a while." Then he gets into the Spider-Verse. We have all that chunk, and then we get into the chase sequence and the climax of the like. It just flows very naturally, and it's just so good.
And you got
the Spot.
You I was about to say we can't forget about the overarching villain.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest pitfalls of most superhero movies is that there's way too many villains. This literally has way too many villains.
Or it has the Dark Knight curse, where like Batman's kind of interesting, not really, but the Joker's super interesting. You know what I mean? You either have a really interesting villain, which is like the first Spider-Man movie. I mean, the Green Goblin, fucking Willem Dafoe steals that fucking thing. Or like the better superhero and just a weak ass villain like Mysterio from like No Way Home, Far From Home. You know, where this has a good balance. However, the Spot disappears after the Indian Spider-Man. Pretty much, we don't see a lot of him till they make reference to him, but we don't see a lot of him till like the very, very climax when he's flying in the sky and be like, "I'm gonna kill you all."
Yeah, so the Spot is
The
a
Spot is the
one-off.
main villain, but the real villain, I would say, in this one is Miguel.
Oh no, it's 100% the
Yeah.
Spider Society, but like it's really cool that it's like a duo. Like it's two villains, right?
Yeah.
And like they're both given enough time. Obviously, they want to develop the Miguel side more.
Yeah.
To kind of build up the idea that like Miles is trying to defeat like their shitty version of Spider-Man. And then the Spot is more of like what Miles's legacy could be.
Yeah.
Because the reason the Spot exists is solely because Miles threw a bagel
I
at
love
this
that
dude's head.
so much. Because
Like-
that was one of my favorite background gags. I was like, at second viewing, like, that's funny. And it says even like bagel.
Yeah.
Some people were making memes like tweeting like, me personally, I would not take that.
Yeah.
With those two of the
So for that one-off quick character,
and they're actually making fan art of the Everywhere Everything at Once lady, because she looks into a bagel.
yeah.
And like what caused the Spot is the bagel, so they're making fan art of like
I mean,
that
wouldn't
hanging
that
out
be
together and
wouldn't
stuff
that
like
be so funny if that's why they made this
right.
character? They were like, dude, that shit's so sick.
no,
They made this Spot last minute.
they would have they had the idea at the Spot first.
No,
yeah.
obviously.
Because
But
the animation takes the longest time. The writing is the quickest part of these
Yes.
movies.
so he's just kind of like trying to say like, you're my nemesis, Miles, because
Yeah.
you threw a bagel at me one time
Mhm.
and caused the collider to explode.
yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And Miles is like, I don't know who the fuck you are. And essentially,
When he calls him a villain of the week, and he's like, "What do you mean by that?"
like, yeah, and that pisses him off to a point where he's like, I am going to be such a big villain
yeah.
that I destroy the multiverse.
Which I hope they open up with this scene because they took it out. There was a post-credit scene in this, but they took it out. And the post-credit scene was going to be the Spot at a bar with a bunch of other Spider-Man villains. Like, look at this guy. He's the fucking Spot. And he just single-handedly, like, just annihilates them all.
Mhm.
I hope that's the opening, too.
That would be
to
sick.
that.
Actually, that would work so
That-
well.
because,
for
like,
everything.
For everything, there's not a single version of the Spot that's cool. You know, like, every single writer has been like, look at this lame fucking character. He fucking sucks. And, like, now this movie has made him, like, this, like, huge, like, multiversal threat.
Yeah, because he literally,
In this single
his-
movie, he has better character development than Kang in
Yeah.
any of the MCU shit.
like, he...
And he gets less than half the screen
yeah.
time as Kang.
He literally is just like, I'm just going to get more power.
yeah.
And he just does it because he's able to single-handedly defeat
Yeah.
every Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And, like, his first fight with Miles, he's losing.
Yeah.
But the last fight we see him in, he's almost...
Mhm.
He almost destroys the Indian Spider-Man
And
universe.
he's really funny, too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
With the ATM.
Yeah.
It's like, technically, the bank is stealing your money, not me.
Technically, I'm still stealing the bank's
Yeah.
money, not yours. Yeah, it's too funny.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's a background gag, but when he pushes the ATM down in the hole and it ends up on the other end of the street, and some guy
Yeah.
yells, "Hey, put this ATM in the middle." of the
yeah, that shit
road."
was so funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I think they introduced such like a character that nobody's ever heard of, or at least the modern
Yeah.
audience has ever heard of.
Mhm.
And like, because you think of Spider-Man, you think of Doc Ock, you think of
Green Goblin,
Green
you
Goblin,
think of Mysterio, you think of Venom.
Carnage.
Venom!
You
Gotta get
don't,
him!
you don't think of
Yeah. Also, I love
this thing.
how his body is literally like the outline of what you would draw as like a superhero. You know what I mean? Like the little lines and stuff. Like I
Mhm.
noticed that with like the circles and stuff for his shoulders because
Yeah.
I had a Marvel comic or a Marvel How To when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly those. I'm like, holy fucking shit. I'm not saying that came directly from the book. It's a common art style, but like I noticed it immediately. I'm like, holy shit, this is really cool. The little details.
Yeah.
Like the knee joint right here. Like,
Mhm.
wow.
You want to talk about a character with some cool ass fucking art.
The Cowboy Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Cowboy Spider-Man was definitely what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But here, real quick, this is the alternate
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is the evil Miles.
The Prowler.
The evil Miles.
And they paid back to that Prowler sound effect, which is it's so good. That one, that was terrible.
crazy.
Sorry.
You want to think of a cool character design?
Oh my!
You mentioned it before,
Yeah.
but this character, Spider-Punk,
Mhm.
took how many years, Eugene?
3 years for them just to develop how they wanted to, or how they could possibly.
So the concept
animate
took them
this character.
3 years to do.
Yeah, that whole sequence took a whole year. The one where he does the intro of himself.
Yeah.
Like that. My name's Hobie Brown, or Hobie, or Hobby?
Yeah, Hobby.
Hobie Brown. I'm a anarchist. I hate the AM. I hate the PM.
I hate the fucking government.
Yeah.
I'm an anarchist.
And at first, you think he's a dick because during the movie, there's a lot of love tension between Miles and Gwen, and you just want to see them together. And then she's like, "Yeah, you would love Hobie," and he's like, "Who's Hobie?" And she's like, "Yeah, I stay overnight at his dimension." He's like overnight. And then this one,
He's like wearing his shoes.
Yeah.
She leaves her shirts at his place.
Line broke my heart. She's like, I'm not even sure if that was my sweatshirt. And then Hobie does this fucking comment. He's like, she did leave a toothbrush though. I'm like, oh no.
The thing is though, like you see that, like obviously Miles is like,
Yeah.
get the fuck away from my girl.
Yeah.
But then Hobie's like Miles'
He's actually
biggest fucking fan. Yeah. He's like, I think one of my favorite lines was like, is that the Spider Woman, the one on the bike?
Yeah, Jessica something.
Yeah, she's like,
I'm not well.
Stop antagonizing him, Hobie.
Yeah,
and Hobie's like,
good. Yeah,
nah, I'm gonna keep fucking doing it because he doesn't like this.
And he even mentions like, there's so many callbacks in this fucking movie. So like, when Miles is trying to destroy that like little force field thing, he's only putting his fingers, and then when Spider-Punk goes through the wall, he's like, "Try the palms next time." And then when Miles gets in the shield that Miguel throws at him, while everyone else is just like arguing with Miguel, he goes palms, and then you see Miles put his full palm on it, and it explodes. I'm like, masterpiece.
Yeah, they make Spider-Punk even cool, like very cool.
Because
you start off not liking
Miles
him
at first. I'm like, yo, fuck this guy.
Except Miles is a fucking animal, dude. Miles is a fucking animal. He complains about that, and then where is she? Where's his lady? Where's the AI?
Spider?
No, where is she? I'm gonna find her.
Wait, who are you trying to find?
Here she is. Miles is like, "Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing?"
And he has so much riz that he just looks at her while Miguel's trying to like rip out his throat, and then he's just like, "What's good?" And she's like, "Okay, you can go."
Yeah.
And he's like, he grows a little smile because he knows. And it's like,
yeah, but
go.
We all know what the end game really is. It's gonna obviously be Gwen and Miles. Like it seems fairly obvious that's what I'm
they're leaning toward.
For.
Yeah,
because I mean. That's what this is like he literally draws her in his book like a little freak.
What's it in the package?
He looks like a little freak. You little freak. He draws his little crush, dude. It's like a fucking. It's one of those. It's like
Also, look at this fucking framing. The storyboarding is.
What is it? It's like those creepy anime kids drawing their crush in their little anime book, and
don't look at it.
Everyone's like. So yeah.
Also, we should talk about Miguel, Spider-Man. I love that poster. Wait, go back. That's the Japanese, or I think Chinese poster. Yeah. I want that fucking hung up on my. Are you kidding me? Look at how fucking cool that poster is.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Miguel 29.9. He's so comic book accurate, it's like scary because Miguel, like all Spider-Man. What do you think of Spider-Man? You think quippy, right? You don't think serious.
Dude, that shit was
sci-fi
so
shit?
funny. He's like, so Peter B. Parker's like, let me show you if I can find a good image of Miguel. Yeah, but
we ain't showing footage because
I don't need that on my fucking conscience. Dude, get the fuck out of here. These guys are gross. So lame.
So lame.
But Peter B. Parker, like it's clear that Miguel's very serious.
Mhm.
Because like he's been trying to like hold together the
Half Irish, half Latino.
yeah, he's I think it said Mexican on his like
I
IMDb
think
thing.
so.
Not IMDb, but his like
Yeah. Also, while you're looking for that, the humor in this movie is really good. Like, it's genuinely very fucking funny.
but yeah, Miguel like Miguel's just trying to like tell like a serious like backstory and try to get Miles to understand the multiverse and everything. And Peter B. Parker's like, hey man, we're supposed to be funny. Why are you not funny? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be funny and you're just serious. Like he's so serious
Yeah.
and like he's just a straight man.
Mhm.
And
That's what I love about comedies. Whoever can play the straight man, because like that's the funny part of the comedy. Like there's so much funny shit, and like the straight man just wants to get whatever he wants done. You know.
like all of these spider people
Yeah.
have some sort of like quip,
Mm-hmm.
some sort of comment or remark to make.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I have.
And he
one
does have
issue.
some funny lines.
Which is like,
Yeah.
it's funny because when you're first introduced to this character
Mhm.
in Into the Spider-Verse's end credit scene,
Yeah.
he has the funny quips.
Yeah.
He's not like dead serious.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's been a year and he's had to track down all of these spider people
Yeah.
to create this society
He's
within
even like,
a
do
year.
you know how fucking exhausted I am right now?
Yeah, he looks so tired
Yeah.
and exhausted.
And I won't say it now because I know comic book people, and they'll probably explain in the next one. But
And also, Jesus,
yes, I think eventually.
fucking Christ, why is he so ripped?
Yeah, right. They will explain the fangs eventually, like what he was going to do to the vulture. They will explain it.
Didn't they already say he's a vampire?
Yeah, but they didn't say exactly what he needs from that. I don't want to. I'm being very vague because I think they're going to explain it later.
Wow,
Yeah.
even more shit they haven't
And
explained.
even
yet.
Miles points out, which is also comic book accurate. He's like, "Are you even a Spider-Man? You can't even crawl on walls because he can't. That's not his power. He doesn't crawl on walls. He has talons, and he literally digs his nails into surfaces to climb up them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they pay so much attention to claws. Like when Miles is on the ship, I'm like, wait, where did Miguel go? And he fucking rips out of there like a fucking horror villain. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. And I love. It's also edible. It's the little like arm blades or whatever that's like backwards. Where like with the portal, he like rips it and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, everything visual is just so fucking cool. All the time.
They really fucking knocked
Yeah.
it out of the park with this movie.
Yeah.
Like they like look at this. This is scary, bro.
Yeah.
It's like this ain't Spider-Man, and that's why it's like. And this is Spider-Man. Like this is
he's
clearly
so
Spider-Man.
funny.
He's a really
Where
good
they're talking about the hair, it's like sometimes coconut oil and good genetics.
yeah, that's Spider-Man. Like even this is Spider-Man. Like them just hanging out on a
There's
roof.
a lot of Spider-Man.
And it's cute and it's fun. Here's the one that you were talking about before, the cowboy Spider-Man.
Where's like draw on 3? I didn't count the 3.
Yeah.
It's like, why does the horse wear a mask? To conceal his identity.
Duh. So.
And the little corny like 60s Spider-Man where he's swinging, he's like, I'm going to go get you. And then he just passes right by him. He's like, dang it.
Yeah, well, because I think he like broke his back.
Yeah.
He's so old.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, here's all these different Spider-Men. Which I think is crazy. Like, look at all these fucking.
A lot of these are.
people.
Oh, there's a little baby one.
Here's the baby one you're talking about. Is that the Doc Ock Spider-Man?
Yeah,
right
that's
there?
Superior Spider-Man.
Damn.
One of the greatest runs, and he's coming back, and it's like, dude, you waited 7 years to. Oh, whatever. I have my issues with the writer Dan Slott, but I'm not gonna get into them now. But Superior Spider-Man, the first series, awesome, great. Fantastic.
And then like when Miles, like in his year without all his like friends, he like did this art piece.
Also,
really
that
cool.
that black figure kind of looks familiar.
Like the spot,
like the spot.
It's supposed to represent Miles, guys.
But it's even like I don't know how much they plan for this because the spider, the 42 spider that bites Miles, because I literally watched the first movie before I saw, like the day before I saw Across the Spider-Verse, I watched Into, and it glitches, which spider people outside of their dimension glitch.
Yeah,
So it's like,
that's like
did they fucking plan all this?
yes, yeah.
Like, because god damn, that's impressive. Like, they were like, all right, if we make a sequel, I guess
It's very
do
clear
this.
they planned it, and you
Yeah.
think like, oh, the spider develops that power
Mhm.
because of like
Yeah.
the portal like hit the spider or something.
Mhm.
No, the portal literally warped
Yeah.
a spider from a different universe into that universe.
Mhm.
And that's why, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, like we think that the universe is 42 because they constantly reference the number 42.
But even and I love it when movies do this where it's like right in front of your face, but you don't notice it till like at the beginning of the movie, Miles' Earth is 1610. But you just read that passing like, okay, I get it, information, whatever. But they literally tell you in the movie like that no, it's the wrong Earth, and even like in the modules and stuff like that, when they send him home on the modules, it says Earth 42. But you don't recognize that because in the beginning you're like, hey, I get it, different Earth.
Yeah, like, I kind of like as soon as that happened, I was like, oh shit, he went to the wrong universe.
Yeah. Because do we just want to talk about that?
Yeah, this
The
is spoilers,
climax.
dude.
Just one thing, I love Ben Reilly's character. Again, fucking Twitter being idiots. They're like, I don't like the portrayal of Ben Reilly. He's a real character in the comics. I'm like, yep, but he also represents everything wrong with the 90s comics.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him so funny. Like when he's like, I have a tragic backstory.
Yeah.
I like my favorite one where he's like swinging toward the portal and he goes, whoa, that's the same. And it's very like 90s comic book dialogue where they say the most obvious fucking thing all the time. It's like, huh, that is strange. That's not supposed to be there. The wall is the same.
Yeah.
But this is not. Like, it's very apparent. But anyways, climax of the film, that score, what did I say? Falling apart, where it's just like the and like you see like Miguel and all of them show up. And they're just like, we're gonna fucking kill this fucking 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, like we're gonna end his.
We're gonna end his life. I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm Spider-Man. I kill.
And even Gwen being like, we're supposed to be the good guys, and then like Miguel turns around, and he's like, we are. And I was like, oh, here's like his speech to his people. And she's like, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm like, God, did they nail 2099 so fucking well? Because Miguel is just a fucking dick in the comics. He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like, what if Peter Parker had none of the responsibilities and just was a giant self-absorbed douchebag? That's Earth 2099.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So
he's a fucking dick.
Yeah. Do you want to explain the ending, JJ?
Okay. So basically, Miles. So we think Miles is in his same Earth. And like we even get like snapshots of the Spider people following his dad because he's about to be promoted to captain, and usually when Spider people parents are promoted to captain, they usually die in some horrific way. So they're just trying to make sure that that all goes through and that Miles doesn't stop it, because then that disrupts the canon. So we get this awesome suspenseful scene where Gwen is like right outside Miles' bedroom window, and Miles is at what he thinks is his home, and he's about to tell his mom that he's Spider-Man and stuff, and we actually see like her looking through the window, and then an immediate shot of Miles like his back to the window, and she's not there at all.
Even just that,
it's
like they also have different color.
Yeah, they also have different color,
pink and purple. Like you can even see in this image here, it's like very pink and purplish. And then in the footage, the shots of Miles talking to his mom,
harsh greens, purples, and Miles's mom's eyes are a different color too. Like
I didn't notice that.
Hers, what I noticed it the second time. The new 42 universe he's in, her eyes are green, and 1610, her eyes are brown. But like he's explaining, like, I'm Spider-Man, and then there's a beach where she's like, "Who's that?" And you think like, oh, maybe she's just denying it and stuff. But then like it slowly clicks once like he's still in his room and Spider-Gwen is literally walking upside down on the ceiling. So like the movie is telling you obvious, like they're not in the same universe, but they haven't said it yet until like it finally clicks with him, where it's like, wait a minute, I'm in a different universe.
Uncle Aaron.
Yeah, and then you see Uncle Aaron alive, which like I love how like, so in I'm trying to see how I explain. Okay, so Miles' universe is very based off of comic booky stuff. So he has a lot in close-ups. He has little dots. That's because in comic book printing back then, coloring would be little tiny dots. Basically, how you print it, the machines just printed out little tiny dots of color. That's how you get colors in the comic books, right? So that's why you see the little tiny dots. Not anymore, but that's how it used to be. Uncle Aaron and everyone else in that universe is harsh lines, like harsh black lines. So that's why in that framing when Miles is in like the punching bag or whatever, like it's just Uncle Aaron's just full of lines, harsh line, like Attack on Titan type harsh lines and stuff. And that like visual distinction is just like so fucking cool. And like how he's always covered in shadow and stuff. Like Uncle Aaron's fucking scary in this one.
Yeah, and then obviously
that one shot where he punches the beanbag and the color explodes, and you're just like
he
did he punch his fucking head off?
Yeah, and then of course,
sorry, I spat on you.
It's okay. And then of course,
I know you like it.
Gross. And then of course the biggest reveal.
Yeah, with when Miles is like, I know you don't want to be the Prowler. Like my universe is with the Prowler. He lived a very sad life, or yada yada yada, paraphrasing. And then he's like, who said I was the Prowler? And you see Prowler figure up there, which is also obvious because when they're on the rooftop before Miles gets knocked out, he gets knocked out by a different person in the Prowler costume.
Yeah.
But it's Miles with the different hairstyle.
Yeah.
That's why in the beginning, like his mom, first thing she says is like, "Why is your hair different?" And then Uncle Aaron even says like, "What's up with your hair?" Kind of thing. So like everything is so spelled out for you, but you don't realize it till like hindsight kicks in, and you're like, "This movie is genius."
Yes, so good, so smart.
And in this version, Miles' dad, in this universe, Miles' dad is dead.
Yeah.
Instead of Uncle Aaron. And like it's the universe with no Spider-Man whatsoever. So everything's in wreck. So I'm wondering if the next movie is Miles getting Peter, kind of a role reversal into intro. Miles getting this version's Peter to become Spider-Man or something like that.
Well, if I don't know if you
or if that version of Parker is dead.
I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok, but there's when the Spot is doing his backstory.
I noticed that too. Markeith called me crazy. I fucking noticed it too.
He mentions that, oh, you know, this spider came from a different universe.
Yeah.
That spider was gonna bite that universe's Miles.
Yeah. Well, even in the flashbacks, you see that version of Miles. You see a back shot of his.
So I'm saying Dread, that version of Miles. Is gonna get bit.
I think in this version, this version of Miles is fully aware of the multiverse. Like he knows it because he's literally in the lab coat with what's his face. Like I don't know how he's aware of it or something like that, but in that little flashback, you see him in it.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Looking at the Spot, yeah.
Okay, then we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. My theory is maybe he's gonna try to get in like the little multiverse band thing, so he can like create his own perfect universe. I don't know, but
so you think you're gonna add a third villain, which is just a different Miles?
Yeah, but he might go good guy at the end. Who knows?
I don't think so.
No,
it'd be so cliche. It'd be so boring.
Yeah,
this movie is not.
The Spot is just. He's going to be a menace in the next one. I hope they add that scene because that's such a cool concept of him sitting in a villain bar and then everyone like, you're a fucking spy, you're a fucking loser. And he just like annihilates all of them.
Kills every single one of them. So, yeah, I mean, I think we've exhausted this movie.
I know.
So much. But
there's just so much. I think I might like this better than Into. I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. I keep going back and forth. I can't.
Yeah, but you know it's going to be...
It's like New Hope and Empire.
It's going to be an even better movie than this.
The Marvels, dude.
The Flash.
That's
going to be a better multiverse movie. I was going to say this at the beginning of the stream. This movie does
apparently has a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
This movie does a better job at doing what Marvel has been trying to do with like No Way Home.
Yeah.
And what's it called?
Like the multiverse stuff in the MCU.
The Doctor Strange.
Yeah, multiverse
of Madness. Like, it did such a better job because even though it didn't go to a lot of places, you know, it only went to maybe like it went to
India,
and then
Spider-Gwen's.
Miguel's one,
Miguel.
and they do like quick hopping with with the spot in a similar fashion. Where they
Well,
do
I feel like even though they don't hop in a lot of dimensions, they make up for it with a thousands of
strong
Spider-Man
fucking cast.
Yeah.
And thousands of Spider-Men to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. So I just think
this movie just sucks, man.
Into the Miles verse is what Multiverse of Madness should have been. So yeah, but like I'm saying, like they show like a lot, but they don't stay on a lot of them.
Yeah,
you know, they only stay on a few
that's
areas,
fine, honestly.
and that's okay.
Yeah,
because they make up for it.
Story.
They make up for it for a good story, good characters, fun and fun like set pieces, amazing soundtrack,
great voice acting,
great voice. Like everything else makes up for the fact that there wasn't that many Spider-Man universes, you know, like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You get to see fucking hundreds of them, thousands of them.
I love Spider-Man Noir's character in this. It was so good.
Yeah, he was not there. I think it was so...
He was there towards the very end.
Actually, it was really funny when...
They probably couldn't afford Nicolas Cage, but now they'll definitely be able to afford him in the next one. I mean, he's part of the main cast now.
I mean, if they could afford him for the first one, why couldn't they afford him for the second one? They were given probably more money.
Yeah.
For the second one.
Yeah, but now they're going to get even more money with the box office returns on this.
So, yeah.
Spider-Verse Forever. It's great. I don't know. Do you think it's better than... I know you've only seen it once. I've seen it twice now. What do you think? On par? The same? Or are you like, oh, well, it doesn't have an ending yet?
I don't know if I would say that it's better than
the first one. Because Infinity War didn't have an ending either.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not going to harp it too much on that. That's why I'm like saying like it's still like a solid movie. I think though, like in terms of the obvious main character, which is Miles, his storyline is not done. You know, I really want
but still straight up, I enjoy this way more than Spider-Man 2. So for me, it's like neck and intro and across or bam right there.
Yeah,
it's better than like I'd watch this a million times more than fucking Spider-Man 2. I still like Spider-Man 2 quite a bit, but like these movies are just so entertaining, so thoughtful, and just great.
Yeah, you're right. You know, like it's really good. I
not enough white Peter Parker.
Yeah, very true.
0 out of 10.
Minorities.
Peter fat in bathrobe with child. Not cool.
Lame, super boring,
awful.
I actually think though, I think I like Into the Spider-Verse more right now.
Just feel that way, but at the same time, I really love this movie.
Like I love this movie too, and obviously it's created now a hyperfixation on wanting to keep watching like watching
like
Spider-Man
straight up
content.
when you're watching these in hindsight, like when all the movies come out on Blu-ray, like if I'm watching Across the Spider-Verse, I'm gonna watch Beyond right after.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like you can't.
Like they would really have to shit the fucking bed with Beyond it. Their track record so far has been like nothing but solid.
I mean, here's the thing: it was solid with A New Hope and Empire, and then
I know that's
Return
the
of the Jedi.
The third one is always the
Return of the Jedi has the
Godfather 1,
opening
Godfather 2, fucking Godfather 3.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, fucking Spider-Man 3.
The only good series with a third movie that was good was
The Lord of the
Half-Life.
Rings. Oh, Half-Life.
Because it never came out.
Shut up. Lord of the Rings.
Lord of
the Rings is the perfect.
Return of the King is
straight up the best one. There's no other trilogy.
Yeah, it's
but maybe it's got some competition.
Maybe. I hope so. So I think JJ. I think that's it.
We
with
have
this
to
movie.
end it, otherwise I'll just keep gushing. Also, final thing, Mary Jane, awesome. Fucking Mayday, sweet, love it. Peter B. Parker's awesome. I love the scene where he's like, "Just hold my baby; it'll change your world."
I saw someone talk about that scene online, and they're like, "That's him saying that Miles was Peter's non-canon moment." It's like, no, that's not what he's trying to say there. Like he's not saying, "Miles, you're my non-canon moment." He's like, "No, Miles, you changed me forever."
I want.
He's not saying, "Hey,
like you."
Yeah. He's not saying like, "Miles, listen to me reading between read between my words." It's like, No, like whoever.
Peter B. Parker is not the Riddler, maybe.
Yeah, like he would straight up say it outright.
Yeah.
Like, so fuck that person who said it. You're stupid.
Yeah.
Um.
Dumb cunt.
Otherwise, there are some really bad takes out there. Actually, people saying like,
Oh,
"Here's some
1000%.
foreshadowing." It's like,
Yeah.
no, these aren't foreshadowing.
Yeah,
They're
the
just-
spot thing is just like
animals.
fucking. It's like they just kind of look similar. That's about it. Because it makes no sense. Because in the first movie, it's great expectations in the background, and then the black figure is supposed to represent Miles being like, "How do I achieve this? There's no color in me." Blah blah blah.
I don't.
And
think
it's just
that-
them being like, "Don't get to Spot because
Yeah.
he's black now."
Yeah, it's like
They fly now. They fly now.
No, they say it like 3 times.
Yeah, yeah.
They fly now.
They fly now. They fly now.
It's so good. I love that
Dude, that movie is so. We got to do a Star Wars tier list and just put that in S.
Dude, that's gonna be number
Triple
1,
S.
bro. I would rewatch that movie every day.
I will.
Bro, I tell you, it took me 3 fucking days to watch that movie. Oh my god, we did not want to see that
So
movie
good.
at all.
It's so bad.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you want to know our thoughts, sorry, I'm yawning. If you want to know our thoughts on the other Spider-Man movies, please check out our last stream from last week.
And I'm working on collaborating that into a short video.
Yeah, which
But
is great.
Neon White is a lot of fun. I cannot stop playing.
Yeah. And then
And I won't.
next week we don't have ideas yet, but we will be streaming next week.
Yes.
So please go ahead and check us out
And
next week.
eventually, we're not sure about next week, but the week after, we gotta find time. I think maybe we can do that. When does Flash come out?
Flash
not-
comes out
I'm not
this
gonna be-
weekend.
I'm not gonna be able to do this.
I
weekend.
don't want to watch it, so it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, but we will eventually do the Flash
Like me and my girlfriend
because
literally
there's
said in
no
the
one gonna
theater-
be in the theater, so it's gonna be fine.
Me and my girlfriend literally said in the theater for Spider-Verse when
Yeah.
that trailer came on,
Mhm.
we were like, that movie looks so boring.
It looks so boring. I can't wait to watch it with you though.
She was like, how is this the first movie in the new universe? I'm like, it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
And she's
but
like, oh,
Giddy
but it
on.
still looks like shit.
Well, really, actually, Aquaman 2 is the last one.
Is it Aquaman 2? It's
Aquaman, it goes Flash, Blue Beetle, which I'm not going to see in theaters. And then Aquaman 2.
that's crazy, bro.
Even though the Flash one restarts the whole universe. So who the fuck cares and who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
But we're going to watch it. It's not going to be like directly after. You know, we're not going to do a
probably
stream
be like a
directly
week
after.
or 2 after.
Yeah.
So
So I'm not rushing to go see it.
yeah, we'll probably do a Final Fantasy 16 impression stream.
Oh, yeah, that game comes out soon.
That game comes out the 16th. That's next week.
Fuck, I'm not going to be able to play that on launch because I'm going on. I'm going into an Ed Sheeran concert this Friday. Well, I'm leaving to go to Ed Sheeran concert this Friday with my girlfriend, and then next weekend I'm going to Massachusetts to spend time at Six Flags with my girlfriend as well. So I'm
Nice.
too busy as
Yeah,
weekend.
wow.
I like relaxing.
Yeah. So
But
yeah,
It'll be
we'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
figure out what we're gonna.
we
fucking
will do a Flash stream, and it will be the most boring fucking movie probably of all time, I think.
We'll probably. Here's how I know it's gonna go. We're both gonna say it was fine.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe we'll make it half a stream, honestly.
it was fine.
Yeah.
I guarantee we're both gonna just say like,
Eh.
you know, you like card.
I don't like the
comic
part
books.
where the Ezra Miller character, like it's a character called Ezra Miller, I don't like how he was terrorizing Hawaii and the Flash had to stop him, but he was reverse Flash the entire time.
And then like he kidnaps 2 people and
yeah.
forces them in a compound, but they consented to it, but it's
Yeah.
not clear
It
what's
was
up
not-
happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
So
But Warner Brothers said he's gonna be the Flash forever and ever.
so
They're
good.
only saying that, and then after the movie comes out, guaranteed they're like, get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
site. Yeah,
Yeah, straight up.
guaranteed.
So yeah, check us out next week and watch our other stream about our about all the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Adios.
Deuces.
Buttery flavor in every twist. Dots, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
It's natural to care about what others think, but it's important not to let it control your life. As the Dark Knight, I've faced my share of critics and doubters, but I've learned to trust in my mission and my own judgment. Here are a few tips to help you stop worrying about other people's opinions. 1. Know your values.